Maharashtra BJP President Chandrakant Patil has stoked controversy for his sexist remarks on Nationalist Congress Party MP Supriya Sule. Chandrakant Patil said, "Why are you in politics? Go home and cook." He said, "You are in politics and you don't understand how to meet a chief minister. You should go to Delhi or go to hell or wherever, but give reservations." For comments on this shocking sexist remark by the leader, we have Niranjan Shetty, who is a BJP spokesperson from Maharashtra, joining us. Niranjan Shetty, a senior BJP leader, still of the opinion that women should go back to the kitchen and cook. The BJP can't really justify this, can it?
Basically, I think our state president, Mr. Chandrakant Dada Patil, has categorically clarified about the same in his today's press conference itself. This was in contention of the question posed by one of the journalists about the OBC quota reservation, and it was mentioned to her that she should understand, she being in politics, she needs to understand that how these issues have been resolved. You cannot just come allege some allegations stating that, the CM of Madhya Pradesh goes to Delhi and all. See, basically the core question over here is that the state government of Maharashtra has failed to prepare the empirical data, which was specifically stated by the opposition leader, by Devendra Fadnavis, for past 2 years. And
Mr.
now they're trying to level.
There's one way to criticize an opposition leader and there's another way to be sexist about it. You won't have said the same sentence to a male leader that go home and cook, but when you're criticizing a female leader, you just make the same sexist comment that the woman should go back home and just cook. That's where she belongs.
It's a rural phrase. See, what the statement made by our state president, it's a rural phrase. You need not read about the sexist comment on that. Now it's blown out of proportion, and the statement, basically when you are in the rural village or this kind of statement, it's like any saying that is being done. So, and nothing should be read much about that. It's allegations that the woman should go and home and the cook. It's nothing like that. It's simple that, if you don't understand politics, there is something you need to understand. And basically they have failed to give this reservation to the OBC. For past 2 years, they have not even able to give this. Whereas the CM of Madhya Pradesh has been able to get this from the Honorable Supreme Court. So we should see at that context.
So if you think that somebody fails to understand the politics, then, and if it's a woman, then they should go back home and cook. That is still a sexist comment, even if it was a criticism of an opposition leader. Let's also get a reaction from the NCP now. Clyde Castro joining us, who is a leader of the NCP. What are your reactions to this comment?
See, I've been listening to what the BJP person has been saying. I don't expect anything, and I don't think anybody in this country should expect anything better out of them. There are two parts to this. One is the OBC reservation. Other is a sexist, misogynist comment made by a senior leader of the BJP. Whether it is politics, whether it's a lady working in the NDTV studio, or whether it's a lady in my family, you cannot make statements like this. How can anybody even justify a statement like this? How can you tell somebody, listen, I was not talking when you were talking, so just have manners. Your misogyny can be kept to yourself. My point is very simple. You cannot tell a woman that go home and cook. You listen. I don't want to make this a fish market like you are used to it. Okay, so if you want to talk, and if the anchor wants you to talk, you can continue. I don't wish to continue. Okay, my point is very simple. He made a couple of statements. He said, go home and cook. Then he said, go to the graveyard. What kind of mindset is this? You are absolutely regressive mindset. And he goes on to say, just now the BJP representative here saying, it was made in rural press. Are you trying to put my country down by saying that the rural areas still are misogynist?
Can I respond
you are bringing my country down and saying that we are still misogynist.
Niranjan Shetty, the point here is that regardless of what the matter in discussion was, it again exposes the common mindset that a lot of politicians seem to have, that if a woman is in the fray and if she's discussing something, she's opposing something, then she should just go back and cook, because apparently, according to these leaders, that's where a woman belongs. And it's really appalling that even in this day and age, such senior leaders are making such statements.
Priyank, what I would like to say is, Priyanka, what I would like to say is, this Mr. Clyde is speaking about the tall claims of, about the ladies being upheld, the morality and all. Now, just few days back, they made one lady, the actress, filed so many cases against her just because she uttered something in the Twitter. There's no need of speaking. The kind of Mr. Clyde, you are speaking about the morality of the lady, that upholding of a lady. You have made that trauma to that lady. You made her so many cases against that woman. Where is the respect about that lady?
Gentlemen, we can't hear either of you because both of you are talking over each other. Niranjan Shetty, please your response.
Somebody by the name of Mr. Pawar.
Gentlemen, please. Gentlemen, this conversation is doing nobody any good if both of you keep talking over each other. I request Niranjan Shetty to give his response and then I'll come to you, Clyde Castro. Just Niranjan Shetty, please, your response.
I did not object to him when he was speaking. Clyde was questioning and, you gave an opportunity to respond. Now it is my turn when I am stating he is speaking about that, upholding of the morality of the
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your answer.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He was speaking that he holding the morality of the ladies. I am questioning him. Where was all this kind of, gestures when a lady, actress, was put behind the bars just because she commented on a Twitter certain things. So these are the double standards of the NCP. And now today, just because Supriya Sule has been spoke about this thing. See, it's a simple thing that it has been stated by Mr. Chandrakant Dada Patil. If you need to understand politics, you cannot, take to the people, today the OBC are, not getting the
first, sir, Niranjan Shetty.
Faulty this thing. So, yeah, you can.
Right,
you can.
So, for once, let's not take the route of whataboutery again and say you did this earlier and that is why this is justified. Nothing justifies this. And as you say, that she apparently, according to you, does not understand politics and that's why she should go back home and cook. The one party cannot decide whether another party can understand politics or not. And even if they comment on something, the comment cannot be sexist, saying that a woman should go back home and cook. Clyde Castro, your response.
My point is very simple. I just want to make a very straight point. There are two things to it again. Okay, one was that lady who's a case filed against her. Well, she made certain comments and by law, those cases have been filed. My point is now very, very simple. The BJP believes that a woman's place is in the kitchen. Is that because constantly Niranjan Shetty also is saying the same thing, he's justifying the same thing. They should go out in the open and tell the women of the country what their mindset is. Because, under no circumstances, under no grounds, can anybody go and tell a woman that your place is in the kitchen or you go to the graveyard. I'm not surprised, nor am I shocked, because I know this is their mindset, and how much ever you try, they will beat around the bush, go around everywhere and keep saying, because their regressive mindset will continue.
Last statement from Niranjan Shetty. Let me just put it straight. Is it your party's opinion that if a woman should go back home and cook, even if allegedly she does not understand politics, she should just go back home and cook? Is that your party's opinion?
First of all, it was just a local phrase. And apart from that, whatever Mr. Clyde Castro is speaking about, the ladies been given so much respect and all. First of all, I would like to make him clear that the number of legislators, women legislators are much more than NCP. And everybody knows the kind of treatment the ladies get in the NCP. So he need not speak or beat drums about the ladies being given so much respect about.
The more you question a BJP man, the more he's going to keep talking about all these things. But that's not going to answer the question that you're asking him. He has to
I have
answer.
answered.
I mean, is it okay what Chandrakant Patil said that the woman is in the kitchen? Simple as that. Is it okay? Ask him. Forget all the answer, yes or no. Are you okay with Chandrakant Patil saying that a woman is in the kitchen?
Niranjan Shetty,
number of legislators